Om Sadashiva Samarambam Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Ishvaro Guratmeti Multibeda Vibhagine Vyomabda Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Sava Vedanta Sedanta Gocharam Tamagocharam Govindam Paramanantam Satguru Pranatoshmaham Om Om Shanti 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 Om Namaste. Verse 7, we have seen Krishna turning to Arjuna to say that, "O Arjuna, there is no other cause at all apart from me. All this is strung in me like beads in a string." So just to contextualize, we are in the 7th chapter. We stayed away from the Gita for a while. And it's all dedicated to the nature of Ishvara, Saguna, Nirguna Ishvara, or Brahman. And here we are seeing mostly Krishna highlighting its true nature, meaning to say that I'm not confined by a name and a form, but I am. If you want to see me, you can see me on the totality of the cosmos, because everything exists within me. Yeah? It appears from me and resolves back to me and all of that. So we are talking about the Vishvarupa nature of Ishvara, presenting itself as the totality of the manifests. I often like to put it as a totality of all opposite pairs in the universe. Everything is there sustained by opposite pairs. And most people on the initial stage of spirituality or religiousness, they like the aspect of God as the creator and the sustainer. But they don't like to see Ishvara as the evil, which destroys and consumes everything with time. So, and that's the point we are here on this text. Normally, when we study creation, we observe one law. The most fundamental law in the universe is causality. Anything is impacting the field and implementing, changing. And as we have seen, this is not linear, it's cyclical. And not only that, to make matters even more complicated, a cause was before an effect, and an effect of this cause becomes a cause as well on its own. So because everything is just impacting and implementing, changing, producing new effects that are going to produce more effects, meaning to say effects that are becoming causes as well. So it's just mind-blowing. Every cause has got its cause in me. So Krishna is saying that I am the causeless cause of the universe. Everything in the universe operates within this most fundamental law, which is causality. But I stand outside of causality. Causality is the most fundamental law of Maya, my association of Maya with me, the only reality. And then within this apparent order, everything is impacting everything else and changing. But I am the changeless Brahman. I am the causeless cause, meaning to say I'm not an effect of any cause. Generally, every cause has its own cause. We can see, but God has no cause. So the same point, And we have seen this concept that the beginningless nature of God. So I'm a causeless cause of the creation because I'm never an effect of anything. And that is the reason I told in the introduction that para-prakriti, which is the spirit, which is the only reality, or Satchitananda Brahman, is anadi. Anadi means beginningless or eternal. So we know this concept, para-prakriti is anadi, but then we also know the concept that says that apara-prakriti, meaning to say the apparent universe, is also beginningless. And it's beginningless because it does exist even when it's not manifest physically, when it's all resolved into Maya, which is another name for the macrocosm causal body of the cosmos. So everything is anadi fundamentally, but everything is basically only Brahman, only consciousness, only para-prakriti. Everything is just a superimposition, a apparent superimposition upon Brahman. So everything enjoys the nature anadi tattvam, meaning to say beginningless. It has always been there. It will always remain there, either as a potential or is a manifest cosmos. So Jiva is eternal, Jiva is beginningless, Jagat is beginningless, Maya is beginningless, and Ishwara is beginningless, and fundamentally, it's all part of Mithya superimposition upon Brahman, the only reality. There is a song in one of these Puranas in which Swamiji is presenting here. God does not have anybody. God does not have any cause, anything behind sustaining it. Okay, there is a Purana which says, I do not hear this. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see if we get the Purana here. It's a beautiful song. But does he translate this Purana mantra, Lin? No, no? Okay. There was a great musician, Vasanta. This generation may not know this mystic musician. He sang that song, Oh Lord Shiva, you have suffered a lot. One has bitten, this has been done, that has been done. If only you had parents to protect you, but you are parentless because no, you are not born by any parents. If you would have parents, you would have certain degree of protection. Therefore, we take pity on you because you must have suffered a lot to be brought up in an orphanage, without any parents. So, of course, it's a projection of a devotee which is not that much mature at all. But there is a philosophical teaching involved in this statement. God does not have parents means that, but this is one of the favorite jokes of some Paramatma. God does not have parents, and Parvati, is very lucky because she never had a mother-in-law and a father-in-law. Swamiji loves this one, and then he gets in trouble with the mother-in-law or everybody in his audience. They say, well, why you don't say that the daughter-in-law is a big problem? You always blame us, So don't criticize only mother-in-laws. Criticize the daughters mostly. So just a playful joke. Therefore, Krishna is saying, I am the absolute. I'm the only cause of the creation. And as we know, when we talk in terms of causality, it involves change, phenomenon, action, energies to bring about a causation, a cause and effect. But when we say that Brahman is the cause of the universe, it's in a totally different manner. Because as we know, Brahman is akarta, bhokta. It is nirvikara, does not change to become something else. Brahman is the least entity there is in the cosmos. Does not do anything. So, but it's the ultimate cause. It's the ultimate cause, it's the absolute cause, but it does not do anything, but provides what? Provides the adhisthanam, the substratum, on which Maya projects this reality we are living in. So Maya is causing all of that, but it has the blessings of Brahman. Brahman says, okay, you can do what you want. Maya, you and your power, you and all your jivas, you can play upon myself. It does not touch me. If you believe that between you and Ishvara, this superimposition may serve certain purpose, so be it. Do what you want. So I'm the ultimate cause because I allow it. I allow, but I don't do anything. I'm the most absolute, the only absolute actionless principle. So Swami says that on the second line of this verse, there is also an important corollary, philosophical point, their ideas there. So the thing here, in order to Ishvara presents itself, Krishna presents itself in its cosmic nature, the totality of everything, the giving Arjuna, after Arjuna having asked it, giving Arjuna its, I think it's still going to ask in the next. Have we got to the point that Arjuna asked for the Vishmarupa vision? No? Okay. Arjuna, Krishna is going to make such a publicity that Arjuna is going to say, please, I want to see you, I want to see you. And Krishna will say, you are not qualified enough. You need a lot of karma yoga to develop the qualification so that you're going to start seeing me as the totality of all opposite pairs, or pairs of opposites. And but then Arjuna insists like a child, and then Ishvara concede and allow him that vision, So, and in order to see Ishvara as the entire cosmos, you need to understand that Ishvara is also the material cause, not only the intelligent cause, not only the energetic cause, but it's all the material cause. So, and then you can, okay, you are also the material cause. And then whatsoever is materially manifest is your body on this dense order of reality. So we're talking about material cause here, okay? And what is the important corollary, important philosophical notion here? God is the material cause of the creation. Therefore, God alone has evolved to manifest the creation. Now, we have to remember the general law. What is that? Material cause is inherent in all its products. Material cause is inherent in all effects. In fact, all the product is only because of its material cause. So very simple concept, very simple byproduct or corollary. Yeah, a very important word here. Corollary. So corollary. So if Ishvara appears as the universe, so it means to say that he is the material cause, and therefore, since we know that every ornament of gold shares its gold nature, God nature is always the substratum of every ornament, namarupa of gold. So all the products, the cause is inherent in every product. So what is the most fundamental cause which is inherent in our body-mind sense complex? Yeah? We would say, oh, the gunas, yes, but behind the gunas, oh, prakriti, yes, behind prakriti, oh, Ishwara, okay, behind Ishwara, Brahman, consciousness, Sachitananda, Brahman. So the all products, they are products never without its cause being inherent, built into the product. So this is a fundamental a lot to understand. All products exist only because of the inherent material cause of every product. So all the earthenwares, earthwares, products of clay, they exist because of clay. The same with gold. We have, if we have any doubt, at least at the end, give me the gold and remove the ornament. So if you remove the gold from the ornament is not there. If you remove the ornament, gold, namarupa, gold remains there. You can just press it or melt it, but it remains there. But the point here is that the fundamental inherent cause of everything in terms of its material cause, yeah, is always present. Krishna says, I being the material cause of the creation, I am the antaryami. I am the inherent principle, the cause of whom the whole world is together. So here he's saying that not only I am the material cause appearing as the development of the material physical universe, but I am also the laws and principles holding it together. I'm the intelligence that projects and holds it together. And then he gives the example of something that holds together several other principles or things, or like a mala. You have a mala, you have the beads, and the beads are kept together because there is this thread that allows it. The string. Similarly, the whole universe is threaded together because of the string called God. So the analogy here is an analogy, and analogies are always they fall short to describe the nature of Saguna Nirguna God. But as we know, Saguna Nirguna, Saguna God is all pervasive as the supreme intelligence. It's just pervading the entire cosmos. It's difficult to say that it pervades as a string going through everything, because something which is all pervasive it cannot really be associated to a string. But there are some contexts that is string is a nice analogy to be presented with. So, but fundamentally, we know that Saguna Nirguna God is the most subtle of the subtle. It is the substratum. It permeates everything, penetrates everything, and it holds together in an incredible, indescribable, or beyond comprehension way. It holds together intelligently, exercise its laws and principles. It's something, it's mind-boggling. Okay. Where is God? Somebody asked, and Swamiji. So the best answer is say, where is God not? So it's not a string, it's something that pervades everything, as intelligence and as just consciousness behind the intelligence. Intelligence is nothing but the most powerful byproduct emerging the Prakriti of Maya, which is the intelligence that can project this universe, project, sustain, and destroy, and recycle everything. So therefore, we have this intelligence which is more pervasive than the space. Space is something that comes as the first byproduct of actually, even other energies come before space comes into existence. So that is the concept here. After introducing the subject matter in the first 3 verses of the 7th chapter, Lord Krishna has entered into the main theme of the 7th chapter, which is talking about his glory, maybe. The central themes here is my nature. What is my nature? What is the nature of God? What's the function of God? And we saw God is defined as the Jagata Karana, cause of the universe. When we say Jagata Karana, we have to understand that it is both the intelligent cause of the creation as well as the material cause of the creation. Which means not only God has created the world, but being the only material cause as well, God himself has evolved into this universe. Therefore, the main idea that Krishna wants to convey is that the entire cause is the manifestation, the evolved form of God. Do not imagine God as a person sitting somewhere, no? And so on, but learn to understand that the very universe is a manifestation of the Lord. And then once we are mature Vedantins, we get into other Upanishads that are going to explain this manifestation. It's not that God really evolved to become the universe. It's just an apparent superimposition. Therefore, this manifestation never was really created or originated. It's just a certain trick of Maya. As we know, Adyarupa, Apavada, in the end, most of the teachings have to be retracted. When we learn to look at the very world as the manifestation of God, that vision is called Vishvarupa Darshana, and it's very powerful to see. When you see the world with a spirit of reverence, love, and gratitude for the opportunity, you don't need to remember, but there is no origination, there is no creation. Gaudapada has proved to us. No, when you are living in media, you see the universe, and it's important that we recognize the supreme intelligence appearing as this apparent manifestation, designed so intelligently and beautifully, following its laws, and we are grateful for the opportunity. So one teaching does not destroy the other teachings. It's just, on a certain level, you have the understanding that there is only Satya, there is only consciousness. But since we live in media until we exhaust our karma, so we need to recognize this supreme intelligence and be grateful and act in response to its opportunity wisely. It's an evolution, because in the beginning you see only Shwara as a deity with a name and a form, and then before you jump to say no, I'm interested only in the formless, nameless God, meaning to say Nirguna God. And say, oh, but take it easy. So are you ready to do the jump? Is it not better you learn how to see Ishvara manifest as the cosmos? This is called Vishvarupa Darshana, which has the power to purify the heart and the mind of the individual as one develops this sublime sentiment called devotion, reverence, and gratitude for the opportunity. But this requires incredible inner maturity to be able to see God in its full manifestation. Why it requires requires maturity because the disciple, the student or devotee likes to see the good side of God. You know? When things are favorable and you enjoy good life, punya, good health, and so on. Oh, love is good, love is love, God is love, and so on, and species God. But when things go down, and then I say, no, this is not the Lord, this is not the God I was interested into, And some people come to the extreme to doubt the existence of God because we experiencing a certain very, very dramatic, let's say, prabhupada. Yeah? But we need to understand, I mean, this Vishvarupa Darshan is only possible when we accept that. Accept God in its totality as far as its full manifestation in this physical realm. God is not bad by doing that, but God is the system. God is the one who gives us the results of our attitudes and actions in regards to the previous parabhadas. And sometimes it does in a collective manner as well, because as we know, karma applies also individual and universal or collective level as well. Until we come to this understanding, our assumption that God is a person, a good person, a loving person, I have to stay with the personal God and just pray and doing puja, asking protection, security, and help so that I can get things of this world that gives me some sense of security and satisfaction. Until we understand the middle section of the Gita, which is understand to see, developing the ability to see God in its totality. So unless we develop that, we keep believing that God is limited by one of these deities. It is a super jiva living in one of these superior lokas. And I can do some effort here to personally contact my personal God. Krishna decided that Arjuna was mature enough to have that notion demolished. He wants Krishna to understand Ishvara Darshana in its totality, the Lord of the creation, the Lord Visvarupa, for which Krishna is preparing since the beginning of the 7th chapter, or this is the 7th chapter. So in the 7th, 8th, and 9th and 10th chapter, Krishna keeps talking about this so that in the 11th chapter, we do not ask for the arrival of God, but we understand that God is eternally present, eternally manifest, beginningless manifest, physically as the universe or as the cosmos. And we can break it down or reduce it to resolve it into the 5 elements, which are the beautiful symbols of God. Not only I should understand what God is, but I should reorient my mind to see the very world, the universe, the cosmos, my town, my environment as God. When I look upon God as a person, Ekarupa Ishwara, Krishna does not want us to be confined to that narrow vision of Ishwara. Krishna wants that vision expands to Ishwara Darshana, Vishvarupa Darshana, and Krishna considers that Arjuna, Ishwara Darshana, superior, etc. Personal God is subject to arrival and departure, and if you develop the vision of God always, ever, never not present or manifest as the universe, physical material, and then you don't need to go right and left to get in contact with your personal God. There are several advantages, but as we know, the disciple, the devotee must be very mature, which is a good karma yoga. Good karma yoga begins, as we say. So what is the purpose of karma yoga? Is to convert our day-to-day interaction with what? With the physical material environment around us. We are all the time interacting, but now we're interacting how? So we see this physical material world as God. You see God presenting us our parabada, some of them are pleasant, some are unpleasant. And we never lose that view and never lose that darshan, that perspective of vision. Everything is just prasada, is an opportunity given by the Lord. And then not only I receive, because I see God as the environment, but I give my action, my response, my actions back to the field in observance of God's laws, meaning to say Dharma. So it's a transformational way of living in which you are reinforcing your Vishvarupa vision of Vishwara as a manifestation. And not only everything is Ishvara, but the laws and principles sustaining this Dharma field, is Ishvara in its subtle level as the intelligent cause of the of the universe. So Swami brings here a gopis attitude in a Purana that I'm not familiar with. They have got they were upset because they got a vision of Krishna, but then Krishna disappeared, more or less like it used to happen around Papaji. When Krishna disappeared, Gopi's attitude was like he was crying, he was sad, he's upset. The only difference is that they cried in raga. That is the only difference. When we cry, Shruti will not be there. Rudu to so I read this part, but I did not really get this. Did you get this passage, Lynn? What is the difference between the cry we see of gopis in that?
Oh, I'm not sure what you're asking, but I think it's just that for these gopis of intermediate understanding, the Lord appears and disappears.
Yeah, because
It's
they cried. The only
yeah,
difference is that they cry in raga. What it means, this raga? That's the only difference between them and us. So melodious cried. So they cry, maybe there is some ritual that they cry doing puja or something like that. Doesn't matter. So this beautiful Krishna appeared and everybody smiles again. Krishna disappears and then they start crying. Crying. Do not decry that devotion is wonderful, that's beautiful, it has got its charm. I think it is a certain cry that has some ritualistic attitude that makes it a better cry than the usual cry of
yeah,
it.
I think because they have that ardent devotion,
Yeah,
it's a kind from love. So
yeah, on those lines. Therefore, Krishna wants to take us to a higher level, which is seeing the very world as Visvarupa. You see the beauty. Krishna wants to take eyes, take eyes, take eyes. It's unbelievable. I mean, Swamiji, he passed his entire life, diving into Sanskrit teachings coming from Shankaracharya. And he still, every time he teaches, he says, eyes, eyes, human beings, eyes, eyes. He never say you, eyes. Krishna wants to take eyes. I find it so incredibly beautiful. They are those small nuances. If you don't see a teacher talk in terms of eyes, you may be sure, 100% sure that there is vanity and arrogance come into the play, and I say, you, my disciples, you, my students. So Krishna wants to take us to a higher level of understanding, which is seeing the very world as Vishvarupa. And what is the advantage? So we are all the time in contact with God because it is manifest before us. Even if I close my eyes, I can see God in my memories of my interaction with the the Vyavaharika. Whatever I see, whatever I turn, I see God. That's the point. This Vishvarupa Darshan is going to be presented here as the Jagata Karanam, the cause of the universe, which presents itself manifest as the universe. Then Krishna pointed out that this Ishvara consists of two aspects. I don't know if Mark is familiar with the concept of para and apara prakriti.
Yeah, understand these concepts.
Okay. So the conscious part, the conscious principle is said to be the only source of sentience or intelligence or chit, and which is referred to as para prakriti. And apara prakriti is the inert universe, which includes also subtle energies, because subtle energies are just subtle matter, as we know. Matter and energy both are matter. The other principle is consciousness, sometimes referred as spirit or Nirguna God. How does this Nirguna God evolve into the universe? I don't even want to try to understand. Krishna said that it happens in two stages. In the initial stage, there is only conscious existence, para-prakriti, and one para-prakriti, which is Maya. Maya is there all the time, you know. We say that Brahman is one without a second, but here and there it appears as Maya is all the time there. It's a principle, which is Prakriti, which is nature, it's the most fundamental energy from where the three gunas emerge. So this Paraprakriti is there in the beginning, in the initial stage. It's all one Paraprakriti and one Aparaprakriti, meaning Maya. Then the intermediate stage, the Aparaprakriti divides itself into eightfold principles. We've seen it in the last class. And then in the final stage, these eightfold principles become the manifold universe. Okay, so it becomes the five subtle elements manifest, plus the mind, the intellect, and the ego. So whatever you see the changing matter, you appreciate it as a paraprakriti of Ishvara. And whenever you see consciousness, which you can feel in your body, if you have doubt, you can touch. So it's nice when Swami brings down consciousness to the level of chit or human consciousness or human sentience. You say you experience sentience, a consciousness as your very sentience. You are sensible, sentient human being. So if I touch your body, you're going to be sentient of that. Because of this consciousness alone, you are able to sense this world through the five senses. The invisible inherent consciousness principle is para prakriti, because of which that principle, because of which you are aware of my word, because of which you see everything around you. This principle is invisible, changeless, conscious existence. This is para prakriti. The changing body-mind complex is a para-prakriti. So he's doing another recap here. When Krishna says whatever is other than these two that belong to you, you can take other than these two, conscious and matter. What is there? There is nothing. And in this alone is symbolized in the story of Mahabali story. With one step, the Lord has measured the entire cosmos. With another step, the Lord has measured the entire apara prakriti. And there is nothing else other than what? Your ego, which is the problem, which claims this is my body, this is my mind, this is my property. Let me read again this story here. It says, whatever is other than these two principles belong to me. So as if there is something, other than para and apara prakriti. Meaning to say, so if you feel that you, the ego, reflect consciousness, human consciousness, or human mind, you are something other than these two principles, because there is the absolute Brahman, and there is matter and energy, there is universe, and then there is me, the ego, the Jiva Atma. Krishna is saying, if you believe that there is a third thing like me, the body-mind complex, the ego, you have to consider this story. With one step, the Lord has measured the entire world. With another step, the Lord has measured the entire apara prakriti. Because apara prakriti, as we have seen in the previous class, is the world unmanifest as Maya. Okay? It's in the macrocosmic causal universe, cosmos is there. That is said to be the real apara prakriti. And then it manifests later on as the physical material universe. So it says that with one step, the Lord has measured the manifest universe. With the second step, it has measured the entire apara prakriti of Maya. And there is nothing else other than this. And then what? Your ego. You think that the ego, Krishna has missed out on you, Mr. Ego. Know that you are the problem because you claim things to be yours. My mind, my property, my actions, my results. Therefore, Bhagavan takes the third step and removes that ignorance, the ego. Oh, so beautiful. So beautiful, huh? So he takes one step, and then measure the world, manifest as we know, and then another one, measure the macrocosm universe of Maya. The third, and then he looks, there is the ego trying to take possession, claim possession of things, and says, the third step, I'm going to remove this ignorance also by the means of knowledge. There is nothing other than God, and you, jivas, egos, you must understand this. This is the systematic destruction of the ego, of the jiva, and the jagata. There is neither jiva nor jagata. Can you understand that? Can you understand the jiva, individual? You, jagata means what? Your possessions, everything must be seen in this perspective. Everything is just Brahman manifest as all these things. Krishna wants to say that there is neither Jiva nor Jagata, nothing other than Ishvara. Remember, that is a highly philosophical story. There is nothing other than God. There is nothing other than God. This is something for us to do in udasina on this level. This is the teaching which we are seeing now. It's a very important portion. Very important portion in which we are seeing the 7th verse. The Arjuna, there is nothing called an effect. There is only me, the ultimate cause, the absolute cause, the only cause. There are no ornaments other than gold. There are no furnitures other than wood. There are no walls other than bricks. There are no waves other than water. Then what are waves, rivers, and so on is only a name and a form. Okay, let's conclude this part here. Therefore, the teachings there, it's no product other than the cause. There is nothing other than the cause. There is only Brahman. There is only consciousness. And the Lord being the cause, the world being a product. Krishna wants to say the world is only a word. Remove the I from the world. World is only a word. Nama Rupa, name given in respect, in reference to a certain form. So there is no substance in the ring. There is only gold, its true nature. There is no real reality, substantial reality to this physical material, vyavaharika. There is only consciousness. Then what is this substance? The substance is only the cause. And what is the cause? The cause is God, resolving everything in its cause. And therefore allowing the devotee to develop this vision, the Visvarupa vision of God as our very environment in our day-to-day interactions. Therefore, he says, just as the thread is inherent in the beads, in fact, there is one name for Bhagwan that is Sutratma. Why Bhagwan is called Sutratma? Just as the thread is inherent in the entire mala. Without the thread, mala cannot exist. Bhagwan is the thread inherent in the creation. And then he says, we have seen up to here yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yes. It was me and Lynn, huh? We two alone. The verse number 8, O Arjuna, I'm the taste in water, I'm the radiance in the moon, the sun, and I am the Omkara and the Vedas. And it's gonna carry on, carry on, carry on. It's very beautiful, but I hurt my back just for you, Lynn, to know. And I'm taking a medicament, anti-inflammatory, that I'm not used with this drug, that I'm here already start losing energy and inspiration to go into this. I'm going to stop taking this drug. Today, I'm not going to take it anymore because I think I'm past over the inflammation. And we meet again when? Friday, Monday, no? Monday. Okay? Anything else?
Thank you, Arlindo. I just want to say that my entire life changed when I saw this. It just really blessed my entire life.
What did you
This,
say?
the Vishwarupa.
Varupa. Yeah.
Ishvara.
It's a huge transformation. Yeah. Okie dokie.
Yeah, okay. I just want to share. The other day, when I was sitting on the airplane, I was looking at all the people sitting on the airplane and thinking about me being consciousness. And then I was thinking everybody else on this plane is also consciousness. And therefore, everybody in the world is also consciousness. And therefore, to see the all pervasiveness of consciousness is quite easy. And therefore, to understand why just this consciousness is quite easy. And that is the Vishma also,
Yeah.
just to see it like that.
Indeed.
It was very nice just to think
Very nice.
in that train of thought.
Yeah. This is
Yeah.
sadhana. This is sadhana, remembering. Yeah. Until
Mm.
Yeah, because it's
Because it's very easy. Sorry, Lynn. It's quite easy to recognize ourselves as consciousness, but actually to forget that everybody else is consciousness also.
yeah.
And I live a quite solitary life in many ways. And so to be surrounded by people in close proximity and to recognize all those people as consciousness as well, it takes it to another level beyond the individual self.
yeah,
Definitely.
that echoes something I've been experiencing too. I see myself as just a basket full of notions, identity, and like that. And then I realize everybody else is that. So actually, there's nobody here.
No.
It's no.
Very, very nice. Beautiful insights. Yeah. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishate Om Shanti 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 Om. Namaste.
Thank you, Arlindo.
Thank you.
Okay, see you shortly, Islander.